Don't know why I said it like that, but okay. Hi, I'm Courtney. I'm the mum from Ireland's Prettiest Screw-Ups. I'm the mum behind Mika and Nikki, and this is what I really sound like. Hi. Okay, so I only have one question, which I feel is a bit sad. No! I'm kidding, I'm being a kid, right. Okay, so the question is, your overall opinion of Kyle, the muse and not the man. Okay, well I'm glad they specified that. I really am. Okay, so, my overall opinion of Kyle the muse. Let me see. Personality. He does have quite a nice personality, I will admit that. His helpfulness and kind of urge to kind of help people is the same kind of thing, I know, but you know, it's actually kind of cool and I quite like that. It's kind of enlightening, you know, using badassery, sounds so weird in a British accent, using his badassery to help save the people. I quite like it. I do quite like it, and the probably bad thing that I can kind of find with his personality is that he kind of tends to be a little self-involved, which is weird considering he's a mercenary who helps people. But when he comes to like his personal relationships, or at least this is from kind of my side, when it comes to Mika, he does tend to be a tiny bit self-involved. And I don't know why. I mean, it doesn't necessarily make sense to me, but I'm not the mum, so when it comes to Mika, he tends to be a little self-involved. Doesn't always think about how and like what he says. Doesn't think about how what he says is going to affect Mika, so he kind of has not really a lot of consideration for what's going to make her upset or how she's going to react to that, and I don't know, I just kind of disagree with that thing. But you know, characters always have flaws in their personality. I mean, let's face it, Mika can actually be quite self-involved as well, so it does sound a tiny bit hypocritical, but you know, I'm just doing it from a general point of view. So next bit is the skills. Kyle's skills are very varied. I've noticed that. So he's good for martial arts. Obviously, he needs that one. Adequate with weapons, technology, languages. I mean, it does make a lot of sense for his job. But sometimes I feel it can be a tiny bit overpowering. Maybe this is how it's written, but I don't know. Like the whole kind of thing is just overpowering. I mean, not everyone wants to be saved. Not like some people have the capacity to save themselves. You know, everyone's kind of got different variations of levels. I mean, Kyle, Mika, and Nikki are on the kind of same level when it comes to fighting and martial arts, except Kyle's is more refined and kind of educated in a sense, whereas Mika and Nikki's is from the streets. They're more brutal in the way that they're more brutal. They're more willing to go to torture than Kyle is. I've noticed this because it's more when Mika went to the underground fighting ring with Kyle. This is going back a few threads, and basically he was shocked. He didn't want to be on that bad side. He didn't know. So there's kind of varying levels of brutality with them. Skills. What can I? Yeah, I've done that. So, his anti-hero clause. This is the only thing I can't really find fault with. It's just I love an anti-hero clause, and I love anti-hero clauses and morality issues, but we don't have any morality issues with Kyle. Well, sometimes we do, and I do like that. So his anti-hero clause. I do quite like the fact that he has an anti-hero clause. I think it's a kind of a nice kind of change to the cocky guy he really is, because he helps people for a living. He kind of does this whole kind of kick-ass grab the kid thing, and I really do like it. But like, I suppose it's him retaining his humanity, in the sense that it's basically him not wanting himself to be put onto a pedestal. And I quite like that, because I think it's his humanity kind of humbling him. He knows that he's human, and he knows that he can make mistakes, and he can't save everybody, no matter how much he wants to, or how much he tries. He knows he can't save everybody. And I think his anti-hero clause is him retaining that kind of humility and that humanity, sort of. And so let's move on. What else? Face claim. Zac Efron. Brilliant choice. Absolutely brilliant choice. The choice of gifts that Kyle uses absolutely fit. Oh yeah, now I found something. It absolutely fits, and I love that. I mean, I was a bit hapdash with my choice of face claim, but it actually really does work. And I think Kyle's personality and kind of reactions fit Zac Efron to a T. I really want someone to write a movie with Kyle, and just, if they don't pick Zac Efron, like, what would the world come? The world would just end up as nothing, and it wouldn't work, because Kyle's personality and kind of reactions and facial expressions and kind of hobbies, they all fit Zac Efron, and I love Zac Efron. What else? Let's see. Oh, right. Oh, back to personality for like 2 seconds. Well, not 2 seconds, but still. Kyle also has a tendency to kind of be an arsehole, and like sometimes in his casual relationships, he sometimes takes things a little too far than he means to. And I'm pretty sure it's like accidental on his part, but he's kind of written to kind of, when it comes to his pranks, not really be all that aware of the consequences, or at least he doesn't know when to kind of stop. And so, my overall opinion is actually quite positive of Kyle. I mean, obviously a character has to have faults, otherwise they're not going to be realistic. My overall opinion of Kyle is really positive, and I can't find a fault in him that would harm, like, put his character really, really high above everyone else, like kind of obnoxiously overpowering. I mean, he is an asshole. Let's put it that way. He is an asshole. But then he has that really kind of sweet and human side that I adore, and that's about it. Oh, and the fact that his relationship with Mika, I really do like that. I mean, I can't go much on the one that we have now, but in the past, he's been kind of, like, when he wants to be, he can be really, really protective of Mika, even though he knows that she can handle herself perfectly fine. I think he kind of senses her, not attitude, but her attraction for trouble. She's attracted by trouble. Trouble just follows her. And I really do quite like that. I kind of like that he has the overprotective stance, and that he, even though he's 6 years younger than Mika, he still manages to retain that, like, older brother mentality and kind of protect her. She's only, 5 inches smaller than him. She can kick ass as well as he can, but he still feels the need to protect her, and I think that's adorable. Ow. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. It's about 9.5 minutes now. So I really do like Kyle. I mean, I can't write him in Drabbles to save my life for love nor money, but I really do like him. He's a complex character, really developed, and he's still developing. I do quite like that. I mean, Kyle the man is always changing his style. I've noticed a little bit. He never reacts the same to a situation, and it's just like, unpredictability. I like that. Dig that. and I quite like the kind of surprise I get if I have to repeat a situation, which I always do. If I have to repeat a situation, it'll always be like a different situation and a different reaction. I'll never like have the same thing. So if kind of Mika kind of shows the scars on her wrist, trigger warning, mention the scars on her wrist. The last time was a kind of sweet reaction, and with how the relationship is going so far, the kind of interaction is going so far, I would hope that in the future Kyle will kind of take that kind of sweet persona, and he normally goes against what I'm expecting him to do, and I quite like when it comes to character reactions, I do quite like being proved wrong, because it means that I'm still learning about the character, and I love learning about characters. I'll like never have like a definitive answer or anything. No, still one question. Okay, so that's all I have to say on Kyle. This is my most in-depth analysis of him. Woohoo! But yeah, so that's about it. I'm going to tag Kyle Munn in this and watch the criticism rise. Have fun. I hope you have a wonderful morning, midday, afternoon, evening, depending on what time zone you're in. But on the whole, goodbye. Have a wonderful day / night. Love you. Alright, let's have this problem.